Today we're making homemade tres leches. I'm going to show you how I made the cake and how I decorated it to have this vintage looking feel. We're going to start with the cake batter. So for the dry ingredients, you're going to add 2 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Go ahead and whisk that together, set it to the side. Now we're going to work on the wet mixture. You're going to beat 1 stick of room temperature butter and 1 cup of sugar together. Once that's combined, you're going to add in 5 eggs, 1 at a time. Then go ahead and add your vanilla, and then finally add your flour mixture. Whisk that together until it's all combined and you've made the cake batter. Now go ahead and grease and flour a 9x13 cake pan. The batter feels a little dense right now, but I've been making it this way for 5 years and I feel like the dense cake works in your favor when it comes to soaking up all the milk. You're going to bake that for 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and now we're going to get started on the milk mixture. To a bowl, add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, 1 can of evaporated milk, and 2 cups of whole milk, and whisk it together until it's thin. By now the cake should be ready, and I'm just cutting off all the edges. One of you guys suggested I do this last year and I feel like it made all the difference. Now you're going to poke the cake with a fork thoroughly before pouring in your milk mixture. And I know it seems like a lot of milk, but trust me, it'll soak it all up. You're going to leave that to soak overnight. Now for the whipped cream, I just add in a small carton of heavy whipping cream, half a cup of sugar, and some vanilla extract to my mixer, and I beat on high for a long time until it creates whipped cream. Now I want to top my cake with strawberries, so I'm slicing them very particularly so I can have a nice presentation. I'm slicing them, but I'm making sure the slices don't cut off the top. It creates this really pretty like butterfly effect when you fan them out. I'm trying to show you up close so you can see exactly how I did this, and it would probably be smarter to do this with a paring knife. Once the cake has soaked up all the milk, you're ready to decorate. I'm taking a Wilton 6B piping tip, putting that into a piping bag, putting the bag into a mason jar, and then adding the whipped cream to my piping bag. Putting the piping bag in a cup just makes it easier to fill. Now I just took the frosting and went back and forth creating vertical lines. As you can see, mine are not perfect. They don't have to be perfect. I've seen so many different ways to decorate using whipped cream, and this one is my favorite because they look like vintage ruffles. The last step is placing your strawberries evenly on top of the cake, and now it's finally ready to eat. I've been making this cake for over 5 years and everyone always loves it. It's perfectly moist, perfectly sweet, and not that complicated to make from scratch.